Love is something people talk about all the time, but I feel like most people my age misunderstand what it actually is. For a lot of people, love is just attention, validation, or not wanting to be alone. I've been there. But recently, I've realized something. Real love is something you actually have to fight for. What love means to me, love isn't about someone completing you. It's not about someone fixing your life or filling some kind of emptiness. Love is about genuinely caring about another person, caring about them even when they have flaws, even when they're different from you, even when you don't always think the same way. It's about supporting each other and choosing to grow together. And something I've realized is that if you want to love someone properly, you have to build yourself first. You have to become someone capable of responsibility, someone capable of sacrifice, someone capable of actually supporting another person. That's why even at 16, I'm trying to take life seriously. I'm trying to learn discipline, doing things that are hard, running, lifting weights, working on myself, thinking deeply about life, trying to understand things earlier than most people my age do. Not because I think I'm better than anyone, but because I know the person I become later in life depends on what I do today. And honestly, one of the biggest reasons I push myself is because one day I want to become a good father. I want to be the father that I never had. A father who takes responsibility, a father who faces challenges instead of running away from them, a father who can provide stability and a good life for his family. And I know that that kind of man doesn't just appear overnight. The kind of man is built over years of discipline. And the interesting thing, the interesting thing is that when you focus on building yourself, something strange happens. You stop chasing people, you stop desperately looking for love, and sometimes love just appears when you least expect it. And honestly, the relationship I'm in right now is one of the most special things that have ever come into my life. It's not perfect, and I'm not perfect either, but it's real. And something I've noticed is that being with someone who truly cares about you actually pushes you to become better. For some reason, when I'm with this person, it makes me want to work harder than I used to before. Not because I'm trying to impress them, not because I want validation, but because it reminds me of the potential I have. It reminds me that I'm capable of more. It makes me want to show I'm capable of. Not to prove something to them, but to prove something to myself. Because deep down, I know that I can do better. I know that I'm not perfect. I still have a lot to learn. But I also know that I'm not just some ordinary kid who doesn't think about life. I think a lot about life. Sometimes maybe too much. I'm a little philosophical. I like understanding why things are the way they are, why people act the way they do, why love works, and why sometimes it doesn't. And another thing I've noticed is that real love usually doesn't start the way social media tells you it should. It's not always through Snapchat. It's not always through Instagram. It's not always through dating apps or things like that. Most real connections actually start in real life. Through conversation, through moments, through simply being around someone and getting to know them as a person. And real love isn't about finding someone who is exactly like you. Sometimes it's actually the opposite. Sometimes you fall in love with someone who sees the world differently, who thinks differently, who has different strengths and weaknesses, but you still choose to support each other. At the end of the day, love isn't something you force, it's something that grows. And the best thing you can do is become someone who is capable of loving properly. Someone who is capable of responsibility. Someone who is capable of building a future. Maybe I'm still young. Maybe my perspective will change as I grow older. But right now, this is how I see love. And honestly, I think love is one of the most powerful things that can push a person to become better. But that's just my perspective on love at 16. I'm still learning, still growing. Maybe in a few years I'll look back at this video and see things differently, but for now, this is what I believe.